My spoiled daughter calls me a broke loser and publicly shames me online for not funding her $250,000 wedding, so I withdraw all my support and disinherited her. And now, she is begging for forgiveness. I'm 52, a high school teacher, and a widower. My daughter S is 26, and she's always been my world. I did everything I could after her mother died when S was 7, trying to raise her right, balancing work, grief, and fatherhood. I'm no rich guy, just a regular guy who saved up enough to make sure my daughter had a decent life. I thought I'd done a good job. I thought she knew the value of money, of hard work. Guess I was wrong. Everything blew up when she got engaged. I didn't think much of her fiancé at first. He's this flashy guy who's all about designer clothes, fancy vacations, and Instagram posts. Not exactly my type, but hey, it's her life. I figured if she was happy, I could live with it. That all changed the day she came to me and laid out her plans for the wedding. And I'm not talking about just any wedding. This was some 5-star Instagram perfect monstrosity that was going to cost a cool $250,000. Let me just say that again. $250,000 for one day. I stared at her like she had lost her damn mind. You know I don't have that kind of money, right? I mean, do you even know how much I make? I'm a teacher, not Jeff Bezos. She rolled her eyes like I was the stupid one in the room. Dad, it's my wedding. You're supposed to pay for it. Isn't that what dads do? I can't believe you'd even question it. I'm not questioning it. I'm telling you straight up, I don't have that kind of money. I kept it calm, trying not to let her attitude get to me, but I could already feel my blood pressure rising. I've got savings, sure, but I need that for retirement. This is just irresponsible. That's when she snapped. Oh, so now you're calling me irresponsible? Great. That's just fucking great, Dad. My friends' parents are paying for their weddings, but my dad can't even do this one thing for me. What was the point of you saving all those years then? Just so you could hoard it? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Hoarding it? Like I owed her something. I tried to reason with her, tried to explain that I'd be happy to contribute, but $250,000 was a joke. I suggested something more reasonable, maybe $15,000, which is still more than I ever thought I'd offer for a damn party. But she wasn't having it. She stormed out, slamming the door behind her. I thought she just needed to cool down. I figured she'd come to her senses after a day or two, but I was dead wrong. A few days later, I'm sitting at work, trying to teach a lesson, when my phone starts blowing up. Non-stop buzzing. I ignore it at first, thinking maybe it's just a group text or something, but it keeps going. Finally, during lunch I check my phone, and there it is. S had posted this long-ass rant about how her broke father was refusing to pay for her wedding. Publicly. She dragged my name through the mud in front of all her friends and followers. She basically called me a deadbeat, a loser, and worse. And she tagged me in it. The comments were just as brutal. People I didn't even know, saying shit like, he's a terrible father, she deserves better, what kind of dad wouldn't pay for his only daughter's wedding? It was fucking humiliating. I sat there in my car reading through this garbage, feeling like I'd just been sucker punched. This wasn't some stranger, this was my daughter. The girl I'd raised, fed, clothed, and loved for 26 years. And now, because I wouldn't fork over $250,000, I was public enemy number one. I went home that night ready to confront her. What the hell is wrong with you, S? You put me on blast like that? Over money? She barely even looked up from her phone. What? You embarrassed me by saying no, so I embarrassed you back. Fair's fair, right? Fair's fair? Like this was some kind of game? Do you hear yourself? This isn't some high school drama. You can't just post shit like that about your own father and think it's okay. She scoffed, crossing her arms like she was above the whole conversation. Maybe if you weren't so cheap, this wouldn't be an issue. That was it. I was done. I walked out of that room before I said something I couldn't take back. For the next few weeks, things between us were icy. She barely spoke to me, and when she did, it was just to throw little jabs about how sad it was that I couldn't support her. Meanwhile, she kept that damn post up, milking sympathy from anyone who would listen. And then one morning, a friend sends me a link. It's a GoFundMe, created by her, titled, "Help me have the wedding of my dreams because my dad refuses to pay." I wish I was joking. She'd written this whole sob story about how I was too stingy to give her what she deserved, and she was asking for donations to make up the difference. And people were donating. Strangers were throwing money at her to fund this ridiculous wedding. I sat there staring at my computer in complete disbelief. What the hell had happened to her? This wasn't the daughter I raised. This wasn't the girl who used to sit with me on the couch and watch old movies, or who cried on my shoulder after her first breakup. This was someone else. Someone selfish, manipulative, and cruel. That night, I made a decision. I withdrew every bit of financial support I'd been giving her. I'd been helping with her rent, car payments, and even some credit card bills. I pulled the plug on all of it. If she wanted to act like I was nothing more than a walking ATM, then fine. She could figure out how to live without my money. I also made the hardest decision of my life. I disinherited her. I'd spent years planning to leave her everything I had after I passed. But after everything she'd done, I couldn't do it. I couldn't reward this kind of behavior. It was the last card I had to play. And I played it. When I told her, she lost her mind. She showed up at my house, screaming, crying, accusing me of abandoning her. "You can't just cut me off like this. I'm your daughter. You're supposed to take care of me." I looked her dead in the eye and said, "Not anymore. You made your choice." And then, for the first time, she got real. She dropped the crocodile tears and told me the real reason she was so desperate: the fiancé. Turns out he was threatening to call off the wedding if she didn't come up with the money. So all of this, the public shaming, the fundraiser, the whole damn thing, it wasn't about me at all. It was about keeping her precious fiancé happy. I could barely process it. My own daughter, my flesh and blood, had thrown me under the bus because she was afraid her fiancé would leave her. "Please, Dad," she begged, her voice cracking. "Just help me this one last time. I'll make it up to you, I swear." I wanted to say yes, I really did. But I couldn't. Not after everything. "No, I can't help you anymore. You're on your own." She broke down sobbing, calling me every name in the book, but I didn't budge. I couldn't. She left that night, and for a moment I thought maybe that was the end of it. Maybe she'd move on and figure things out. But no. Of course not. A few days later, she posted again. This time she wasn't just trashing me. She accused me of being emotionally abusive, of neglecting her, of being a terrible father who had never been there for her. It was all bullshit, complete lies, but it spread like wildfire. More messages, more hate, more people piling on. I was furious, but more than that, I was done. She'd crossed a line. I gathered every screenshot, every post, every nasty message she'd ever sent me, and I sent it all to her fiancé. If she wanted to play dirty, fine. I could play dirty too. 2 days later, the wedding was called off. Turns out, her fiancé didn't appreciate being lied to. He dumped her on the spot. When she came back to me broken, sobbing, I almost caved. She looked so lost, so desperate, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't save her from herself. So I told her to leave. I haven't seen her since. She moved out of town, blocked me on everything, and that's that. Do I miss her? Every day. But I couldn't keep being her punching bag. I couldn't keep letting her drag me down with her. So that's it. No happy ending here. Just a broken man who tried his best, and a daughter who chose to throw it all away for a fairy tale wedding that never happened.